So, just because I'm interested, I've never worked a cold case. But they're fascinating.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to bore you because you did it for a long time. But like, what was your process? And then, do you have any like standout ones that were like that kind of like success? I figured it out.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate to work on some amazing cases, and I loved a lot of what I did on my time on the job, but cold case by far
Yeah.
is far above anything I ever did.
Yeah.
For many reasons. My process was, we were lucky enough to have the pick of the litter, whatever we wanted, right? So we would go through the old cases. I would look for close contact, right? So strangulation, things where you have a close contact.
Yeah.
You increase the chances of a DNA potential. And I personally looked for elderly victims or younger victims. And now, when I first got on the job, I was like, I want to go to special victims. And then, my kids were young, and I'm like, there's no way I'm not going to end up on the other side of the bars if I go to special victims.
Yeah, that's a hard thing.
But I wound up most of my homicides were kids.
Oh, wow.
I'd say, kids. I say 16, teenagers.
Those are kids, bro.
Yeah, and
My kids are older than that, so they're still kids.
as you get older,
Everybody's a kid then.
everybody becomes a child.
Yeah.
But so I would, so we can review the old cases. Sometimes we would get called by a family member. Can you look into my, cousin, brother, mother's, homicide? Or brass would get a phone call, or something would end up on the news, and you were voluntold.
Yeah.
This was a case you would look into. But we really were given a lot of rope to investigate what we wanted. I printed out, I still have it, I printed out I think it was a New York Post article. I think it was something like the 5 or 10 notorious unsolved homicides for the city of New York, and I pinned it up on my cubicle wall. And I think I had like 3 or 4. I wound up having 3 or 4 of them.
Wow.
One was a 2nd Avenue deli case, the murder of Abe Lebel Hall. One was the murder of Rashawn Brazel. One was the murder of Chanel Petro Nixon. And they were all on that article.
Yeah.
We solved Chanel's case is solved. And we can get into whatever case you want. Rashawn's case is solved. And not because it was all me. It was because of everything that had been done before me. And the benefit of cold case is you have all these detectives putting in all these years of work.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I can sit back and look at it all.
Yeah.
Without being bothered, without getting up, we just got a homicide. So now you put that case down, you don't touch it for months.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Yeah, that's why it's nice having an agency where you can separate those things for sure.
Yeah, and I was able to piggyback on some great work, and it was amazing.